This is what I'm going to talk about today. If you are thinking to appear in the upcoming CSS exam, then this show is for you. If you're thinking of, how people working in the civil services or a bureaucrat, how does the life look like? This show is for you. But most importantly, if you're thinking a CSS officer, also an influencer, also a public figure, how does that gel in? Then this show is also for you.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
So how's it going?
Good, we're preparing answers.
Are we ready to work?
Yes, we are. Before I forget my answers. Nani, this is very, very beautiful. You guys have a vending machine.
Yeah, we do have a vending.
आपको हम मीडिया में लेके आ रहे हैं।
Yes. This is my seat. Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of Chatroom with Shizza. I hope you are all doing fine. I am too. Today, I'm going to talk about something that if you're a Pakistani, if you're related to Pakistan, then we all went through it. Our parents, our guardians, one of them, at least one of them telling us, Aapne muqable ka imtihan dena hai. Are you going to appear in the CSS exam? Because that is like a kind of job security a lot of people are looking for. If your elders didn't tell you to do it, you yourself did know that this is something that is an option for you to have a good life in Pakistan. A lot of people who often think about, appearing in CSS and then becoming a civil servant are probably looking at the glamour side of it. Of course, it comes with a lot of power and impact. But at the same time, when you think about so much power and responsibility, then you have to deliver too. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm joined by someone who happens to be an assistant commissioner. Along with that, he happens to be a very famous public figure, content creator, influencer. Osama Hamid is here with me in the chat room with Shizza. Hi, Osama. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you for having me, Shizza.
Absolute pleasure. Listening to the intro, of course. Was I correct?
Yes, you were correct. I was having fun.
Okay.
I'm sure viewers will enjoy this.
Right. Did you also go through this? Like, were you pressured into appearing in the CSS exam? Was this something that you always wanted to do in your life?
Yes, but not because I was pressured. It was more like, someone who's from a bureaucratic family. My father was in the police, so we have this natural inclination to do the exam. It was more of that. And I think in every family, there's one thing like you have to give the exam once to at least satisfy your parents. I was in that ship. So those are some of the reasons.
Did you appear only once?
I appeared only once.
Wow.
That was the first time. I can do it 2 times as well now.
Okay.
But I don't want to start from scratch.
Right.
Yeah.
How old were you when you went for the first exam?
So I was, when I gave the exam, I was 24.
Mm-hmm.
And then when everything happened, the interview, I was 25. So I started training when I was 25. And now I'm 29.
Right. And you're the assistant commissioner now.
Yes, I am.
All right. Looking back at when you were 24, trying to, prepare for the exam, how's life different?
It's very different because you see this version who's very groomed and confident, believes in themselves. But that was not always the case because when you're going through this preparation, it's very depressing. I think part of the reason that people struggle with CSS is because there's so much isolation and so much studying. And as students in Pakistan, we're not used to that. A lot of us, if you're from a good university, maybe you will be more accustomed to it. Like people from LUMS and NUST, they really are. But I was in the average category. If I'm honest with you, I was an average student. So it was tough for me, 8 to 9 months just studying and being away from my family. And then missing social events and everything takes a toll on your mental health. And then you give the exam. So I gave the exam. And then for 8 to 9 months, you have no idea what the result is going to be. That's also a very, distressing for you or very annoying for you. So I look back, it was that period was a lot of hard work, a lot of, there was lots of doubts. And CSS has totally, I think, transformed me as a person.
Osama, you mentioned something so interesting here, and I think a lot of people out there can relate to this. So there's a common narrative that if you're like, you have to be the super smart person in your class, you have to be the absolute topper to appear in the CSS exam. You said you were an average student. First of all, thank you for confessing that. So anyone can appear. What are like the prerequisites?
You just need a bachelor's degree. but like not the 2 years BA. So that does not work anymore. It used to work. You just need a bachelor's degree. I was, for reference, my CGPA was 3.23. 3.23. I started my university with a horrible GPA. I think it was 2.6, 2.5, horrible. So the thing is that CSS is just an exam. Like there are people who believe that you have to do a whole degree for CSS and this is your whole life. That's not it. This is more like an exam which you have to prepare in 9 months. And if doesn't matter if you were an average student, if you're good at it, if you do things correctly, if you practice a lot, you're gonna end up clearing the exam, like I did.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Then why are people scared of it?
I think the thing is with CSS is the passing rate is very less. So like hardly 1.8%, 2% of the people that they pass the exam. Out of, you can say, 18 to 20,000 people, there are hardly 200 people who make it at the end. And then the other thing is there's this weird word of mouth. Like before you even start something, people will be telling you it's very difficult, you can't do it. People who gave the exam one time without preparation, they'll be telling people it's very difficult. It is difficult. That's the whole point, that it's not meant to be easy because it's a competitive exam, but it's not something that's undoable. Even if you put me aside, I'm from Quetta. There are even people who are from even less privileged areas or less developed areas, and they end up clearing the exam. So it's just about effort and discipline.
I think that it's really about the commitment also. And I think you're very correct in saying that some people will already start telling you, oh, it's so difficult, it's going to scare you. And that kind of breaks your resolve. Are you happy with your choice?
I am happy. So what I've noticed is that no one is 100% happy.
Of course.
Which gives the impression that, maybe it was not the right decision. So I talk to people. People usually talk about what they don't like or what they want to complain about. But this life is, like I said, this has changed me. Without it, if you take everything out, I would not be the same person. So I can't say that I'm not happy with it.
All right. So you spoke that compared to when you started preparing for the exam, now you find yourself so different in terms of the discipline that you have now, the grooming that you got and everything. What would you attribute that to? Is it you yourself? I mean, I know that you're also very much into physical fitness. That is also contributing a lot to discipline. Was it the Civil Services Academy? What was it?
I think this whole experience, the first thing it did was open my mind. Is like I was a nobody and I knew nothing. So there was this weird, you can say, weird narrative inside me that I was very good. I was not. And I did not know how the world works. So basic things like what the dollar rate is, how gold works, how anything works, how global politics work. I did not know that. So this whole preparation, it first of all gave me self-belief that I can actually do something, which was important, but it also instilled a discipline in me. And then when you go to the academy, you're meeting people from all around Pakistan. So culturally as well, it was very enriching. Like I was from Quetta, so I was more aware of how Balochistan works, or maybe what Islamabad works, but not so. Meeting people from Gilgit, Sindh, that was very good. And then the exposure again, like interacting with people, I think that really gives you a lot of exposure. You learn from them. You realize what's good and what's bad. You make new friends.
You said that you come from a bureaucratic family, so this was something that you had to attempt anyway. Like maybe it was pressure, maybe it was your own choice. You have also publicly spoken a lot about your Baba, the kind of influence your dad had on your life. And I think you lost your dad in line of duty.
That's true.
I'm really sorry to hear that. Do you want to talk about it and how that actually drove you to be the person that you are today?
So basically, when he was in the police service of Balochistan, and then while he was going to his office one day, there was a suicide attack by TTP, which resulted in his martyrdom and 3 other comrades as well. I was over here studying in my university. It was so chaotic even getting back, because I think the old Islamabad airport was operative at that time, and then there was a whole protest. So it took me a whole day to get back home. But I think that kind of experience shook me to the core, because that's the roof coming off your head. You realize suddenly that this whole bubble is basically all of us realizing that our parents have protected us all our life and then put so much into us that we actually forgot we have to do something ourselves. And I saw my family struggling because when you're in the bureaucracy, you're used to a certain way of life, and that gets taken away from you. So that became my motivation. Maybe if this did not happen, I would not have done it. I do admit to doing CSS because I wanted to go into the police service, but that was not meant to be. And I accepted that, and I came here in FBR. I realized that all this is very good as well. So it's just about giving it a chance. I think that spurred me on, gave me, the motivation to do something for him, something that he would be very, very proud of. So, yeah, I think that's where the whole motivation comes from. But if a lot of people who are in bureaucratic families like you are,
I was in a military family, but similar.
But it's similar. So my point is that you saw what kind of life that is, and you actually did not want that. So a lot of people are in that train as well, and I was for a long time as well. But it just did not feel right. If I did not come here, it was not right in my mind and in my heart that it did not feel right to me. I'm the middle child.
Okay. I'm not going to get into the psychology of this.
This is the reason I'm doing CSS, because I was the middle child.
And you felt like you had to prove something. You felt like this is the responsibility I'm going to take on.
Yes. I had no importance in my home, so I had to do something.
Interesting. There's so much I want to say about this, but that's for probably another podcast we'll do only on middle child, and then Osama will also appear again.
Yes.
But okay, Osama, FBR you mentioned. How often does it happen that you will mention your credentials and someone will be so scared? Oh, tax, FBR.
Oh, that happens a lot. People like when we usually... so we had our cars and they had these FBR stickers. We had to remove them because if you go somewhere, people are running from you. Even if you just want to buy something, for yourself. So we had to remove that. There's a lot of fear. But again, that's like a negative word of mouth that we have to change. So we're working on communicating with people that, this is why taxes are taken, how they work, why you should pay them. And we're trying to build on that image. Part of my whole influencer thing is, if you want to call that, is showing the people that we actually work and how we work and how we make sure that tax money lands in the state bank. So trying to build trust once again. I think in these few years, 2 or 3 years, FBR has really taken digital initiatives to build this trust. But it's a very, very long way to go as well.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. So, there was also recently, I think a few months back, there was an initiative where they were enabling the public to actually inform if they saw anything suspicious. It can be your neighbors, it can be a shop or like a business around you, which you think is probably not paying taxes. So if I were to call someone and be like, oh, this is suspicious, do I call you?
If it's in Islamabad, yes.
Okay.
I'm posted in Islamabad. We can refer it to other cities as well, other departments. But I think one thing I've realized is cross department or cross city coordination it needs improvement as well. So if it happens in Islamabad, I can take responsibility for it, update you. But another place, I can just tell them. And then it's up to them whether they actually do it or not.
Right.
But people can actually also complain on the PMDU, on the application. And it does get delivered to the respective FBR jurisdictions.
Okay. Interesting. So since we know that you're also a content creator, influencer, a lot of people watch your work through your Instagram or your social media. Like we discussed earlier, also a lot of people look up to you and how to prepare for the exam. Do you ever ask the academy or the FBR, you know what, you need to pay me because I am advertising you?
Oh, I think for them, it's sometimes a shock that I'm famous.
Okay. What do you mean shock?
A lot of them don't realize it. Maybe because I think a lot of the senior people don't use Instagram. I think that's what I think.
Probably.
But I've done a lot of indirect advertisements for them. So I do joke around sometimes that these guys need to pay me for promoting it's not just promoting them in front of the masses. A lot of people who give the exam now put this higher in the preferences as well, because they realize, oh, this is such a good job, no one was projecting it.
Yeah, you're kind of glamorizing it, and it shows that you're also enjoying it. So it's not like something you're faking. Pay, salary. Let's come to that.
Oh my gosh.
It was so funny. There was a reel probably you posted on which what are some of the reasons you want to join or you want to take the CSS exam, and it was like all the benefits, and then serving the nation, and then you chose free house and free car. Of course, it comes with benefits. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something you have to understand when you are in the line of service for your nation. Some people have this narrative that, oh, you have a lot of privileges, but then that is also the amount of efforts and the work you provide for the public also.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, also, Shizza, can we talk about all these people that say that they pay our salaries?
Yeah.
There are
There
are a total of 8 million people who file taxes in Pakistan out of 250 million people. So I am not sure how many of them would be saying that they pay our salaries, and we also pay taxes.
Of course.
When our salary comes. So are we paying our own salaries? I don't know how this narrative gets built up that they're paying our salaries. And also, like it was a part of the deal. It's not like you're just doing CSS because you want to serve the nation. Let's be realistic. You want to do something good for yourself as well. So a part of that was that you get some benefits from the government. It's not just like it's in this country. It's in a lot of countries.
Everywhere, yeah.
So that gets criticized a lot. But I think, if they pay you less, they also compensate you with a car or a house. And I think it's a necessity for the nature of the job. If you're getting posted out every few months, if you need to, do field visits, so you need things for that as well.
And I think, Osama, I think you will also agree, criticism is really easy. Blame game is really easy. So for someone who is in the line of duty, I can only speak on the experience of coming from a military background. First of all, there's no set holidays, of course. There's so many times you have to miss family events. The important milestones in your life you have to miss. There's no way of, international holidays without getting permission that is at least 3 months in advance.
Yes, you need an NOC.
NOC, absolutely.
Exactly. People are missing seeing their children grow up. And you never know how, if someone's father is in the police, in the army, you never know which day is going to be their last.
True.
So it's a weird situation. I think people are only looking at one side. So people are frustrated. And the easiest thing to do is to, I think, bash the government. So I do understand that. It's not like we are very happy with how things are because of high inflation and everything. And there's a lot of unemployment in Pakistan. It creates a lot of resentment. But people start presenting it as that if this is a selected system for selected people, it's not like it's. There are literally people in the in CSS. I can honestly say that are from such humble backgrounds. You would never know how they would be bending the rules or being a part of any kind of elite system.
Right. So, Osama, this is something very confusing for a lot of people, including me, I have to be honest. Since you're a civil servant, I cannot imagine an army officer have a public account.
Yes.
They cannot advertise their life like you do. Did you have to seek for permission? What was it? Or are the rules different?
Well, if you ask for something, the answer is always no. So that's the first rule. Don't ask them.
Just do it on your own. Okay.
But the thing is, so when you get in trouble is when you start exposing, people, like when if I'm making something and I start showing taxpayers, that's, I think, the red line for people. If I start showing something very radical, like we are beating people, that never happens. But I'm just giving an example that we are pushing people, so that gets them into trouble. I think they don't want civil servants to use social media, but I don't agree with that.
Okay.
I think it's 2025. There should be public
26.
and
I know, happens to me all the time.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, but there should be a connection between the public and civil servant. So you can use it for yourself, and you can, if I use this platform, I have 8,000 students in my community program who study for free.
Wow. Okay.
So
That's huge, actually.
that's huge. It used to be even more. It used to be 30,000, but that group got deleted. So now it's 8,000. So 8,000 people, they come here, they study for free. And anyone who comes and tells me that we should not be doing this, I tell them that this is actually helping people
Of course.
for free.
Yeah. Definitely want to get into that part of it. Like I said, there's so much to cover. I'm going to do justice to it. I promise you, I'm going to get all the answers out of him since we finally have a hold of him. Just a few more questions about the exam itself. Someone was even reaching out to you asking how to prepare for it right after FSC. You said there needs to be at least 16
Yes,
years of
yes.
education. Yes, understood. But what are some of the things that you would say, please keep in mind? You were also discussing some themes to keep in mind for the exam of 2026. What are some of the things that people often forget in preparing for the exam?
So I think I realize there's a lot of people who actually believe you can give the exam after the FSC. And then I created that reel. I think it has 25,000 shares. So you need a bachelor's degree. Everyone understands that. If someone wants to start preparing, if I was a student in today's world, I would start in my 6th or 7th semester.
Okay.
And there's a reason for it. Is because CSS it's a marathon. It's not a race. Like if you start too early, two things can happen. You will forget it by the time the exam comes. The second thing is every 5 to 4 years, the syllabus changes. So by the time the exam comes, you would have prepared the old syllabus. So you start preparing from the 6th semester. There are two prerequisites for CSS that are essential. The first thing is English.
Right.
Should be very, very strong, like grammatically. Anyone who speaks good English will automatically write good English. So that's one way to improve your English. And then current affairs knowledge is, I think these both are the foundations of a good CSS exam. So in order to build them, there are different things we do. We read books, we read the newspaper, editorials, articles, things like The Economist. And this requires reading with, conscience. So sometimes people are reading without actually being present. But this requires...
I'm that person.
Yeah.
I'm not a natural reader.
I am as well, but this requires a lot of attention and concentration as well. So this is one way to improve your, I think, current affairs, English. Just make sure that they are very, very bulletproof. You know the history of things, like you know the history of all of this Kashmir issue. And then you also should have a critical analysis of yourself that how we can resolve it or how we can come to a conclusion. That is what makes a good CSS student. And you have to choose 6 optional subjects. Pick subjects that are very good in scoring. Don't pick subjects that you think resonate with you or you have done degrees in.
Right.
Because again, it's an exam. All that matters at the end of the day is the numbers. So just pick things that you will score well in.
For example?
I'll give you subjects that are commonly picked.
Okay.
International relations, US history, sociology, they're all horrible.
Okay.
Even if you prepare very well in them, you'll get hardly 50, 60.
Oh, no.
So if you are someone who pick accounting, right? That's a paper of 200 number. You can easily score 180. So another is statistics, very good statistics. Anthropology is good. A lot of people are not picking it up right now. Urban town and planning. These are the subjects that if I was giving the exam today, I would pick these because so the more students that pick a subject, the more likely that it's gonna the score very less. The average gets dropped because they want to drop people. So we're thinking like from a student's point of view, but if you think from an examiner's point of view, he has to eliminate people.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, and he's gonna do that in subjects that has lots of students.
So you should go for the less common ones, but also the ones that can score the maximum.
Yes. If your math is good, you will do well in CSS. Accounting and statistics, these are like subjects which, if you get them right, you get a 20 out of 20. There's no
That's solid
vagueness.
marks that you cannot lose.
So if you're good at accounting and statistics, I think you are very good. But other than that, it doesn't matter. I was not good at math as well, so it doesn't matter. You can still pick like things like urban town planning, anthropology, criminology. Pick subjects that are not that common. Okay. If you go to an academy, I'll tell you as well, if you go to an academy, so the academy is a business. And what a business wants is, we want so many students in one class that we have to just pay one teacher and he teaches everyone, problem resolved. So the academy is going to be pushing students to pick all these mainstream subjects.
Right, right.
Students fall into that trap. So it's important that you pick subjects that are, very high scoring, not what the academy wants.
But Osama, is it absolutely important to choose an academy? Can you prepare by yourself?
You can. I think the academy, if you prepare with an academy, what it does is like it gives you an environment. It's going to give you resources and connect you with like-minded people. You still have to do the job on your own. They will teach you like 60 to 70% of the things. You'll still be left with 30%. So it's not like you go to an academy and then you pass. Because every year there are so many people who are going to academies, and I think 90% of them are failing the exam.
Okay.
Yes, it helps. It does help, but I think what people fail to realize is they think, oh, if I go to an academy, it's going to do everything. That's not what happens.
Right. And also, like you said, like this common notion of academy is going to help you get, into it, and you're going to become a civil servant. Also, I think there's a belief that the exam itself has a specific system.
Yes.
So there's a lot of ratta going on. I don't even know what to call it in English.
Cramming.
Right. Do you if you had the power, would you change something about the exam itself? What kind of reforms would you bring to it?
Oh, I love this question because I'm very passionate about civil service reforms. They've changed the question, so they're going towards questions that have critical analysis in them. But I don't agree with the recruitment system of CSS because it's outdated. So, for example, you and me, we give the exam, and they give preference to someone who has more numbers. Getting more numbers does not mean you are more qualified for a certain position. There are things like the police service or administrative service, FBR, customs. These are very physically demanding jobs.
Okay.
And you need to be fit to do them. So if you're not, they'll put people in there. There are many people in the police who are not physically fit. And that's not me taunting people. People like who give the exam, they're just trained to think in a certain way to rank the groups like, the administrative service, police service, foreign service, IRS, customs. That's a standard list that everyone gives.
Right.
And then they are just added to that list. If it was up to me, once everyone clears the written exam, I would put all of them into the training academy.
Okay.
It happens in the UK. They put everyone in the training academy, 400 people, and then over a period of 6 months, they analyze them physically, mentally, psychologically. And then they pick 200 people out of those 400 people that this person, because he's physically good, he's, psychologically good, he should go into the police. This person, he speaks so well and he dresses so well, he carries himself well. Let's put him in the foreign service. That's how recruitment should work. That you do clear the exam, you've done the basic, now you test them over a period of time. And then what we have right now is that people clear the exam, we clear the exam, we give a 1-day psychological test.
Okay.
Can you determine in like half an hour how can someone be psychologically fit?
You can also pretend to be perfect.
Yes, we do. We're prepared for that.
Okay.
If you are going for the CSS psychological test, you'll be the academies will tell you, they'll ask you this, just pretend to do this, pretend to say this, and that's going to get you over the line. They have what their medical test is. They check whether you have any critical illnesses, whether your blood pressure is good, whether you're colorblind or not. That's very basic. How is that going to determine that whether someone can be physically serving in a job that demands long hours, that job, if you're in the police that requires you to run or, shoot guns.
Right.
And then they have an interview, which is kind of fair, but they have biasness as well. But we can put that aside. So I don't agree with the recruitment system. It's very outdated. They're trying to do reforms. We've heard about the cluster system. It's not been implemented yet.
So do you, or like the people in service, do you get to have a say in it?
About the reforms?
Yeah.
We don't.
Okay.
We can voice our opinion, I think. So the government must be doing it with the Federal Public Service Commission. They're the ones responsible for doing it. I don't know what kind of ideas they have in mind. They're doing a cluster system in which they're saying that if you pick a certain cluster, you can go into a certain group. So if you pick a cluster which has a lot of financial subjects, maybe they'll put you in the IRS or in the audit
Right.
system. They're trying to make it as like that. So it's in one way, it's fair in the sense that you'll only be competing with people who want to be in your group, but it still does not answer the question of having right people for the right job. There are a lot of cases of suicides as well,
Oh my God.
because this is a very pressure based job,
Of course.
and then not everyone is designed to take it. It's like we see the glamorous side, but there's a lot of ugly sides to it as well.
And I think this also takes us back to where you said that at least, 4 to 6 months in the academy of all the 400 people, because then people who might be actually not psychologically or mentally able to be a part of this, they can be, kind of featured out of it. But what can be the biggest lie you think ever told to the CSS aspirant?
The biggest lie told to them is that, that you need to be a part of a very rich family or influential family to get in.
Okay.
But
You don't have to be.
No, you don't have to be. So you give the exam, the written exam. The only thing that I think it has on it is your roll number. And that's it. It doesn't even have your name, where you're giving the paper from, anything else that the examiner can use to identify who the student is. So, and then they keep it a top secret as well, who the examiners are, who the people checking the exam. But how lucky would you be that you know an examiner and then you tell them your roll number and it certainly lands to them? I think very rare chance.
Yeah.
Different people are checking the exam, and the written exam is very transparent.
Okay.
So when we say that there are a lot of humble people who made it, there are also a lot of people who are from such influential families who are unable to clear the exam. I've seen it with my own eyes. Maybe you've heard of it as well. So this is how just it works. Is you need, I would say you need to be well prepared, and then you just need a bit of luck as well.
So it's a yes or no question. So are you saying that in terms of the written exam or who your invigilator is going to be, there's absolutely no chance of bribery or corruption?
No chance. Even in the interview, there's no chance of bribery. It's a very transparent system. There is a chance of biasness. Which
But
is
that's natural?
Yeah, that's natural in every interview, I think, not just in this one. There's a chance of biasness, but it can work for you or work against you. But it's not like if you're competent, they'll totally reject you. You might get, dropped a few places, but they won't kick you out because they don't like you.
But why does everyone want to join the foreign services?
I think
It's the most popular one. Everyone I speak to who's probably, preparing for the exam, they're like they will appear again, even if they have to, because they want to be a part of the foreign services.
Can I tell you what happens, Shizza? Is actually we start with groups that we want to join. People want to join the police service, the foreign service, the IRS. At the end, the group that they put on top is because after consulting everyone, the academies is the administrative service, followed by the police service, followed by the foreign service. Because like I said, this is the set. This is like the hierarchy that we currently believe in civil service. There are people who put the foreign service in the first. It's because they have this illusion that we're gonna live our life in other countries and have fun.
Travel abroad.
I'm just not gonna come back, get a red passport. They'll be shocked when they get in there. It's a lot of paperwork.
Okay.
When you do go out, you do go for trainings, but it's not like you don't have to work for it.
Of course, yeah.
So you'll be here, you'll have to learn a language, do a language course as well. And then when you're posted here, you have to work with a lot of delegations. That is a lot of paperwork. I think our foreign service batchmates are involved in a lot of paperwork. But yes, you do get to see the world as well.
But so do you. You're not in foreign services. I mean, I was going through your Instagram. You also traveled for work.
I traveled once.
Okay.
So once I went to Russia. That was like a private event, but they had a specific quota for government officials. So I went there, and then I went to France for a training. So that gave me a chance to explore the rest of Europe. So my foreign service batchmates have been, I think, they went to Europe very easily a lot of times. And then now they're doing their language courses in different countries. So they're staying there for a whole year. Their experience is obviously very different. But we get to travel as well. You, as a civil servant, the thing is you have horizontal mobility.
Right.
I can go into different departments, FIA, NAB, CDA. I can apply for trainings and get selected. Even I can like go for a foreign posting as well.
Okay.
Yes, there's so if you get deputed to the foreign service department, they can post you out as well.
Okay, that was insightful to say the least. It did debunk kind of a lot of myths also around CSS. I want to move away from the exam itself and get into your personal life a bit. And I can't help it, Osama, to be honest, because you're a public figure. You advertise almost all parts of your life on social media. So, of course, I'm going to get into it. First question being, you're in a hybrid personality, I know. So if you woke up today and you did not wake up as an assistant commissioner, what would you choose to be?
That's a very difficult question. I think I would work in an advertisement agency.
Oh.
Because I used to do that before CSS. It's not like I know content creation because it magically happened. I used to work as a freelancer in my university, worked with different brands like Cream and Red Bull. And then I was a content creator at this advertisement agency, Oxbridge Digital.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. So I like things like I like marketing and I like creating content that gets viewership. And I know how to get views as well.
That we can tell.
Yes.
So are you saying that it was not accidental?
It's not accidental. No, I know how social media works. Like I've picked it up a long time ago. And I generally making content as well. I actually don't do it anymore. If you go back to my profile, I used to do it a lot. I used to treat little moments as special, like walking by a tree. But that part of my personality is gone now.
I was going to ask, is that really your personality, or sometimes you'd really just have to do it for social media?
Content creation?
Content creation, or finding joy in small things and, glorifying small happiness and things that you're bestowed with. Is it a part of your personality, or do you do it for clout?
No, it's a part of my personality. I read a book called The Happiness Advantage. I recommend it to everyone. So that changed my perspective on life because the way we react to things is actually how, what makes us. So if I react to something negatively, that just, ruins my day and it gives off a very negative vibe of me. And being in this position that so many people dream of, I have to consider it as a very blessing, no matter how busy I get, no matter how worse it gets. So I always try to be very, very positive. Like when I meet people, off the camera, when I was meeting people here, want to be very humble and very welcoming. And that's my perspective about life. We have so much, God has given us so much that other people don't have. We've taken it for granted. Even small things like going to the gym is top 1%. And we sometimes people treat it like a burden. Oh, I have to go to the gym. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes people spend the whole year thinking, Kal se gym.
Kal se gym. They never get
we
there.
are one of those people. We still don't have the time.
I'll get you to my gym. Don't worry.
Oh my God. I will. I swear I will be your biggest fan if you get me to gym. Because knowing myself, I am not a disciplined person when it comes to gym, especially gym. I mean, in terms of work, I am absolutely love my work. So it's a challenge for you.
I'll do it. You just need two things. So you need to develop that identity. That Shizza, when people think of Shizza, they want to think of her as someone who's a very creative person, a very nice, good journalist, and also someone who's very, cares about her lifestyle, her healthy habits. That's what we want to build. And then you need a good instructor or a partner. Without them, the gym is impossible.
I know. Okay, thank you so much for first of all agreeing to that. So in my head, I am doing all those things, but I know I need that one last push because I believe in all the things where my body is my temple and I need to really work on it, all those things, but I don't go to the gym. So, well,
I'll take you to my gym.
Good luck, Osama. That is something. All right, coming to your personal life, mashallah, congratulations. You were recently married.
Thank you.
How's the new phase of life going?
It's good. It's different,
of course,
but it's good. So I think the main thing that's changed is by my own willingness before people think that under a gun, is the social life has minused, I think, a bit, which is natural.
Yeah.
Because responsibilities have grown. But it's good. Like someone, I have lived alone for a long time. For 10 years, from 2014 to 25, I was living alone without my family.
Okay.
They were in Quetta. So I was not used to living with people. But now that I live with them, with my family, I'm a family guy now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a change.
Yeah, that's a change. But I like it. Like I spending time with my family. But if I'm one thing, I'm very nostalgic. So when we're in this moment, I realize that this is the youngest both of us will ever be. And that haunts me. Because I wish I could stay like this forever. I wish like my brothers and my parents, my dogs, they would just like stay the same age. But when I see year by year passing by and people are getting old, it like gets to me. So I want to spend the 2 to 3 hours I get every day, I want to spend with them.
That's so sweet. I'll be honest, it made me emotional, to be
Oh
honest,
my
because
gosh.
it's like it's a perspective, right? I'm thinking about, I'm in love with my family, of course. I'm obsessed with them. Someone who knows me, my 24 hours revolve around my family, my siblings, my parents. So also because they don't live in Islamabad, my parents. So
Oh.
whenever I see them, it's after a few months. I see the difference in them. I see them aging
Yeah,
physically,
you
like in front of
see,
my eyes. It's so heartbreaking.
it's very, but we never thought that they're growing old with us. But they are obviously, they start getting wrinkles and things that used to be routines are not anymore.
Right. And
So
mama gets tired on things that she never would get tired on. And we're like, okay, what happened to you? Are you sad? Are you not energized? And we don't realize that she's actually getting old.
yes.
But how do we make sure that we make it easy for them? Because now I think it's a role reversal, right? Now we are kind of in charge of things.
So I think we forget that our parents are living for the first time as well. So that we think that they automatically know everything, but I think we should treat them like babies now. They take care of them, like put money there.
Of course.
These are the people who put diapers on us, and your parents are the ones, not your husband, not your wife. Your parents are the ones that will go all the way from you. Like they'll give their lives for you. So I think spend time with them. That's the thing that I think they want the most. They don't want our money. They don't want anything. They just want us to spend time with them and acknowledge them. We never acknowledge them. I think I'm in this position here is because my mother supported me.
Yeah.
After such a tough time and everything that happened, she was like, I can't imagine how it's for her. Because
Cannot
as
imagine.
boys, like we go out, we get distracted. She's at home. She has such a big heart that she spent some money on me to help me prepare for this exam. And I think that's the best moment is not like me becoming a CSS officer. It's like when I cleared the written exam, she was the first person I called, and she was so happy, like genuinely happy. I think I remember that moment as well. When someone asks me what is the most beautiful memory, it's that, like, the first person you call and tell that was my mom, and she was happy.
That's so sweet. And I don't think anyone else in the world can be as happy, genuinely and unconditionally happy as she would be.
No. She was like, I think she was glowing for days because that's how parents are. It's like someone else has done something and they're happy, they own it,
Yeah.
So again, like social life, I do manage things. So coming back to the point, I do meet up with friends every now and then on the weekend, but I just now prioritize my family.
That's very nice. Now, back to, again, your wedding that happened a few months ago. Is it like by default, is it an unsaid rule that you have to wear vardi on your walima? And I mean, is it absolutely essential?
Oh, yeah. If the job we're in and we have something to do that makes it different, why shouldn't we?
Okay.
That's my point. Like, why, if they have ceremonial uniforms, they're there for a reason. So why not use them? I think it looks so pretty.
It looks very nice, but I mean, the question often comes to my mind. I'm like, I don't have journalists don't have a uniform, but maybe if we did, maybe I would wear it to a special day.
So they should have it.
Hannah?
Why don't you like
I'm going to file a petition.
lobby for it? Like
True.
you can do that. I think that's the beauty of all of this is people in the civil service or in the army, they have some things that make the job special. And one of them is this uniform thing. Like, why else are people doing it if it's a uniformed service? It has a certain grace to it. And you worked hard for it. So I was not meant to wear a uniform, by the way. But what happened is that the night before my walima, one of my very good friends, Fatma, she's my batchmate, she prepared that uniform for me. She pushed me that you have to wear this. And then my office, FPR, it actually, they got the uniform made for me. They got it delivered, you can say, I think 5 to 6 hours before the walima. I was supposed to wear a suit. So when I wore that, all my family was like, okay, you're not wearing this anymore.
Yeah.
I got a suit stitched. I never wore it. I wore the uniform then.
Nice. I mean, of course, now I understand. I mean, if it's your pride, then you like showing it off. You recently posted a story, controversial but interesting. I'm going to talk about it. Career success or relationship success?
Oh my gosh. That was today or yesterday?
I think yesterday.
I think so. They are different.
But do you have to choose one? First of all, can it be both? Or are you saying that balance is unrealistic?
If you can I say something controversial? I think career success, I think, especially for men, leads to relationship success.
Okay.
Yes, but I think, like, who does not like a stable man?
Everyone.
Everyone doesn't like them.
Everyone likes them. Yeah. Like, everyone likes stability.
Yeah, I think so. If you, I keep saying to people, like, if you focus on your career, you're gonna get all these things, because these are things that, even if like you yourself, you work here, you work in such a nice job, and interact with so many good people. That's like attractive for any male, any person who has a good job. They'll be able to, at least be attractive to as a proposition to female, not necessarily as a person. But yes, career success, you can get career success and gym success with hard work.
Yeah.
Relationship success does not come with hard work. It comes with, like, understanding and letting go of egos.
Isn't that hard work? I think that is the hardest kind of work.
I think that's smart work. So you can really, really try. Like, imagine, like, if you're in a relationship and then someone just brings you lots of flowers and chocolates and everything, but they do not understand you. See, that's not gonna make it.
It's a red flag.
Yeah, it's a red flag.
No, absolutely. But do you think that it is important, still sticking to your debate of career success or relationship success, do you think if the partners in a relationship, if they both belong to the same field in terms of their career, is it easier to have a relationship?
No, it's horrible.
Really?
I would never marry someone a CSS officer.
So in my head, it's easier because then you understand what you're doing. When you understand the other person's work.
I don't know. Why don't you want diversity?
Sure, I just want to understand if it's easier or not.
So in my opinion, if both people are from the same job, they have the same issues, right? They discuss the same things. I just want career enrichment, like diversify. So if you do something different and then the other person does something different, you have so much different things to talk about, and you don't have common issues. Like, getting posted in the same place.
Towards the end, just, I think, 1 or 2 questions into it. If I asked you to choose just one for your life, for the rest of your life, is it a motivational speaker / public figure? Is it a civil servant? Or is it a gym enthusiast?
I would be...
I'm going to add family man into it. Since I know you're very much a part of it.
I would be a gym enthusiast.
Really?
I can't live without the gym.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean... I train people, I train my colleagues. So many people go to the gym because of me. So the people saw me, they come to the gym, and I love the gym. So when I see people in the gym, no matter how they are, they've thus started. I admire people that they've taken this step. They're working towards themselves. You're putting time, you're taking time out of a certain section, like maybe you had to have coffee or tea, and then you're putting it in the gym. And I just love training. I love helping people in the gym as well. So I can make a career out of that if I want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I think I gave you pretty hard choices, but you chose one of them. I'm impressed. Just one last question. Did it ever happen that there was an ethical line which you felt like you had to be very careful about crossing in terms of the public service and self-promotion because, of course, you have your social media. Like something you had to compromise on or you resisted compromising on.
When it comes to public service and then social media,
Yeah, self-promotion or social media.
I think there's been one or two incidents that has happened like that where people have created an issue. There's not been a specific issue because again my videos are about me and the work I do. I never bring anyone else into it, so I never reveal taxpayers so that people don't feel like I'm targeting them. But there's been, I think, issues that there are certain things I wanted to highlight on social media. A lot of people complain that we don't take action against elites or mafias. And there are one or two times that we've actually done that, but I haven't been able to post it on social media because I did not get the clearance.
Okay.
Those people did pay the taxes. They did eventually, pay the taxes. But the part of the agreement was that their names should not be revealed because they felt like they would be defamed. So I would have loved, because this is a common narrative that people think we don't take action against mafias or blah, blah, but.
So there's absolutely no difference. I mean, people can be coming from any segment of the society.
Yes.
And you take,
They do resist. There's a lot of resistance. There's a lot of, people calling you, and it's very hard. I'm not saying it's easy. It's very hard, but it can happen with the right willpower.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Osama Hamid,
Thank
for
you.
being here, for
Thank
being
you.
such an amazing guest. I had so much fun
Me too.
learning from you, to be honest.
I've learned from you.
Oh, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, conversations never end. I will catch you next week here in the chat room with Shizza.